In this video, we will learn how to find forecasts if the time series data contain trend, seasonal, and random components. Variable sales represent the quarterly sales of a product in thousands of units. A forecasting model will be constructed using a multiple regression approach. Now let's look at the data. We have a quarterly data of the product in the last 4 years. So year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, then quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on. Now we must prepare the data in order to use the regression from the data analysis tool. In fact, first we need to generate the variable period, which is a sequential number. As usual, we can start with the value of 1 and then 2 and so on. So there are 16 periods. This is one of the independent variable. Next, we have to generate 3 indicator variables to represent the time period quarters. Since there are 4 quarters, then we need 4 indicator variables. So variable Q1 will be equal 1 for first quarter data and set to 0 otherwise. Similarly, quarter 2, Q2 will have the value of 1 if the time period is quarter 2 and 0 otherwise. Finally, Q3 will be 1 if the time period is quarter 3 of the year and 0 otherwise. So for example, for any observation from quarter 2, that observation will have Q1 equal 0, Q2 equal 1, and Q3 equal 0. The forecasting model will have the following form. A forecast equals the intercept A plus slope B times period plus slope B1 times Q1 plus B2 times Q2 plus slope B3 times Q3. The values of A, B, B1, B2, and B3 will be calculated using the multiple regression analysis. Now we go back to the data and start generating the Q1 and Q2. So period, for this particular period, quarter 1, then Q1 equal 1, the rest must be 0. For quarter 2, Q2 will be 1, the rest are 0. And for quarter 3, and finally for quarter 4, all Q1, Q2, and Q3 will be 0. Now we can copy the values to the rest of the observations. Now we are ready to perform the regression analysis. So sales will be the dependent variable, while period Q1, Q2, and Q3 will be the independent variable. Click on data, click data analysis, find regression tools, click OK. Now here variable sales has been selected, which is from C1 through C17, and then for the independent variable we need to select these 4 columns. Note that the labels are included. And we can click label to tell Excel that the first row are labels. And then we can say that we would like to have a new worksheet with the name of regression model. We don't have to do anything else here. We click OK, and that's the results. We can. The only thing that you need to pay attention at the moment is only this particular results. Which shown the intercept and the 4 slopes of interest. So we will use this regression equation to find forecast. An example is shown here. So the forecasting model has the following form: forecast for any period equal to 6.06875 plus 0.145625 times period minus 1.363125 times Q1 minus 2.03375 Q2 and minus 0.0304375 Q3. So if you want to forecast sales for Q1 of year 5, which is not observed because we only have 4 years of data, so this is the forecast for the future. We simply plug in the correct value of period, which is period 17, and then Q1 will be 1 and the rest will be 0. The result is 7.18125, and this is the sales in thousands of units. Similarly, we also can forecast, for example, for Q4 of year 5. So in this particular case, the period will be period 20, and Q1, Q2, and Q3 are all zeros. Then we get the result here that the Q4 of year 5 sales is expected to be 8.98 thousand of units. This concludes the presentation.